Yo, what's really good, bro? Y'all already know what time it is. Welcome to the Courtnee Edgar Show, where we talk about everything under the sun as long as we get back to the money. And also, it's no fluff, and we like to have that conversation. You feel me? I'm your host, Courtnee Edgar Dog. Listen, we got some dope topics for y'all tonight, and y'all already know how I like to do. I like to get right to the topics. But before I do, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit that bell notification. So, I got this video sent to me through a text message, and listen. I'm not gonna even say nothing about it. I'm just gonna play the video, and I'm gonna let y'all watch it with me. All right, and I'll give my commentary after. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it, bro.
I'm so tired of taking these plan B's. This nigga won't stop nothing in me. Soon I had his baby, he gon' say I drive him crazy.
It ain't for a big motherfucking reason, nigga. Hey, I know my pussy a trap. He can't hit from the back. He gon' try to keep it in, but I don't play like that. Where the fuck is the money? I wanna fuck in the bank. He tryna trap a boss bitch. He want a baby with dank. Nigga, get the fuck out of my face. You ain't no hitter, can't shoot in my club. All of your niggas be showing me love. I know I'm pretty, let's keep it a bud. Hit it tomorrow, hit it today. Nigga, you really go nut on my what? Nut on my face, maybe nut on my butt. Nigga been mad, he ain't hitting the mud. I'm in the club with no panties on. I wanna take your man home. I wanna hit it for weeks. Hit it today, better have a plan B. What a mistake to work a baby. I'm that bitch, don't play them games. Dick so good, but you better pull out. Put on the bed, nigga, nut in my mouth.
I'm so tired of taking these plan B's. This nigga won't stop nothing in me. Soon I had his baby.
I beg your pardon.
Fam, we got the Section 8 Supremes, bro. KFC and the Thicky Bunch. This video looked like Wick and Hot Cheetos. Who finna be busting that down? You know what? I retract that. There's somebody that's always busting that down. You know what's funny? The biggest one is the freakiest one. It gotta be. It has to be just entertainment. It has to be. They have to be doing this for shock value. Because there's no way. There's absolutely no way. There's absolutely no way. And you in front of KFC with a 40. Dog. What is this, man? I don't understand it. I'm not even going to take this video seriously. I ain't going to take this video seriously at all. I'm just going to say they got to do better, bro. They gotta do better, dog. Cause ain't that the same chick? Ain't that the same chick who couldn't fit in the Honda? She was on the news in Detroit because she couldn't fit in the car. And then on the Breakfast Club, that's the same chick who they had to pull up a sofa for instead of a chair. That's the same chick, ain't it? That's the same chick. I'm trying to figure out how they found a skirt for her, though. How? So basically what you're telling me is that looked like a 2X shirt if she turned it into a halter top. That's crazy work. There's no reason, bro. Oh my gosh, dog. See, this is the shit I'm talking. See, I made a video a while back about, some people in the about the black community. I did. And so I'm of the belief of if it don't apply, let it fly. And there's a subgroup of black people that I don't subscribe to. That right there ain't it. That right there. That's the part I don't subscribe to right there, big dog. That ain't it for me. That ain't the one. Get me up out of there, Satan. I don't. So I'm gonna play it again though. Let me play it again.
I'm so tired of taking B, plan B.
Oh, I just realized she got a KFC box in her hand too.
This nigga won't stop nothing in me. Soon I had his baby, he gon' say I drive him crazy.
Big day for a big
Nigga, please
motherfucking
stop
reason,
fucking nothing
Hey,
in me.
I know my pussy a trap. He can't hit for the
Yo, what is a what?
I beg your pardon.
Let me. What she say?
He can't hit for the back. Pussy a trap. He can't hit for the back.
Well, of course he can't hit from the bag. He ain't gonna be able to reach it. It's too much meat in the way, dog. I'm sorry, bro. Listen, am I wrong? Yes, Deja. That is the girl. That is her. That is her. That is the girl who couldn't fit in the Honda. Mm-hmm. That is her.
He gon' try to keep it in, but I don't play like that. Where the fuck is the money I want?
I just want to know. I want to see the profile of the dude that's actually busting that down. That's what I want to see. I just want to see the profile of him. I just want to see what he looked like. I guarantee there's a specific prototype of a guy that will hit that. 1,000%. 1,000%.
Wanna fuck in the bank. He tryna trap a boss bitch. He want a baby with thanks. Nigga, get the fuck out of my face. You ain't no hitter, can't shoot in my club. All of your niggas be showing me love. I know I'm pretty, let's keep it a bud. Hit it tomorrow, hit it today. Nigga, you really gon' nut in my butt? Nut on my face, maybe nut on my butt. Nigga been mad, he ain't hitting the mud. I'm in the club with no panties on. I wanna take your man home.
Somebody. You in the club with what? With nothing on? Man, I'm finna get off this video. I'm finna go to the next video. Nope, we ain't finna do that. You not today. I know you lying to me. I know you lying to me. Nope. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for the algorithm, bro, and make sure you hit the bell notification. I had to get away from that. Nope, we not. Y'all not finna play with me today. No, you're not. No, you're not. Not today. Not today. So I'm moving on to the next topic, bro. Oh, the Section 8 Supremes. There you have it. The Section 8 Supremes, bro. That's crazy. So look, I want to go to this next topic. So pop the balloon. There's this video that has been going viral for a hot minute. Well, I ain't gonna say a hot minute. I'd say about a few days or so. Where this young gentleman, this black gentleman, he gave his preference on why he popped the balloon on this specific black woman because of her hair. He said that he wished it was a little bit longer. And there was another group of black people, black women to be specific, who went in on Buddy. And I'll give my commentary after, but I'm gonna let y'all hear it first and then we'll get into it. All right. Y'all let me know what y'all think after y'all watch this too, because this shit's wild.
Fair enough. Yeah. And now, is she someone that's your type?
Not so much.
Yeah. And why not?
I'll say more so like the hair. So more so attracted to longer hair. Okay. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay, let's go on over here. Your name and age?
I'm Kiara. I'm 31.
And Kiara, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Just initial attraction, but he sounds like a great guy.
That's a fair response. That's a fair response. Initial attraction, cool. Nothing wrong with it. No harm, no foul.
And now, is she someone that's your type?
Not so much. Yeah.
Why not?
I'd also say maybe just the style in general. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't understand that part. I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with the style. But hey, to each his own.
And now, is she someone that's your type?
To be fair, I don't see nothing wrong with the fro either. But again, that's preference. He didn't bash her. He didn't say nothing crazy. He didn't do nothing. Now, I'm finna play this next video where Shorty go the fuck in on him.
Your name and age?
Hi, I'm Sandy. I'm 33.
And Sandy, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
I ended up popping it because you're attractive. You know, you got it going on. But that comment about hair, I know your mama got short hair too. She's somebody black. at the end of the day, Black women, we you don't know what to expect with our hair. We could wear it straight, we could wear it curly, and that was just like too much for me. So I don't got time for it. If you don't know, if you can't grow up from your roots, then you can't grow up with me. So that's how I feel.
Interesting.
Go ahead.
I mean, my mom's actually on my necklace. She doesn't have short hair for one.
It doesn't matter. It's about who you are as a brother. Person you don't make hair don't make your personality. You dig me? It's about who you are. If you confident with short hair, long hair, it doesn't matter. Because a lot of girls that do have long hair, the hairs be thin. I have a salon. When I was 16, I brought my mother a salon with my business that I do. Yeah. So yeah, I have dealt with so many different type of hairs. Shout out to my mom, Captivated Styles in the building, Philly, we here. But what you said, it's just not for me. You need to really check on your ends before you talk about long or short hair, because a lot of girls with long hair be having no hair just because it's long is thin. So yeah, I'm sorry, I can't.
Okay, first of all, what the fuck is she talking about? That's for one. What the fuck is she talking about? Because after hearing that entire spiel, because you could tell she was talking a lot, she was running out of fucking breath when she was talking. But here's the thing. I think she went on there to plug herself, to plug her business. He said nothing remotely close to disrespectful to that woman. Mind you, she didn't even take offense to him when he said, look, I prefer a chick, with shorter hair. She said, that's fair. All right, cool. That's fair. No harm, no foul, right? But it's always one. It's always one. Facts, Deja. Yeah, she went off the deep end. All he said, he wanted longer. He definitely triggered her. Yep, she went all around the world that, usually I'll be go off. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. I don't agree with her either. She did all of that for nothing. She wanted a clipping moment. She wanted a viral moment. And so she took the time. She made it a thing, which it wasn't at all. She went the fuck in, so therefore she can plug her business, and therefore she can probably get more clients. Because mind you, if she want to talk about hair, you know what? I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna talk about it. But for her to even, they ain't gonna bring up his mama. What his mama got to do with it? You ain't never seen his mama in a day in the world. And then when he brought up to, well, my mama got long hair. Well, so what? That ain't the point. Well, why you bring it up if it ain't the point? He just said he wanted a chick with longer hair. Is there not Black women with long hair? I've seen a lot of them. Long, beautiful hair. Long, beautiful, straight, curly, coarse, all of it. I've seen chicks with froze way the fuck out here. Does that mean it's not long? Like, what are we talking about right now? Mind you, the shorty that was right after her, the one who had the little bun on top of her head, her shit was longer. So what's she so pressed for? And this is the problem with a lot of, I'm not going to say a lot. This is the problem with some Black women. This is the problem with some. You want to be a victim. You want to come Captain Save a hoe. She didn't ask to be saved. She a grown woman just like you are. She didn't need you to step in for her. If she needed to respond accordingly, she would have. And she did respond accordingly. She didn't feel as if she was being disrespected. So why in the fuck do you think that you needed to say something? And this is why a lot of men look at women like her. And again, it's not all women. We'll look at women like her and they say, nah, big dog, I'm good. I'm going to go the other way. Because you seem unbearable. You seem like the type of person I wouldn't want to deal with. Because if I say something out of pocket or remotely close to the point where you don't like it, you won't fucking go in. No. Who the fuck want to deal with that? Real talk. Who wants to deal with that? Look at her. Hands going, got all this going and shit. Neck going and like, bro, come on, dog. Nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. I'm gonna play it back so we can all just look at this shit again. She going in for no fucking reason. Yeah, she definitely was triggered. That's probably because her hair probably extremely short. That's probably why. Deja, thank you for saying so, because I'm tired of being grouped in. That's what I'm saying. I know Black people aren't a monolith. Black women aren't a monolith. There are some. They're not all. You know what I'm saying? So shit's wild. So I'm going to play it back.
Yeah.
Look at that shit.
Your name and age.
Hi, I'm Sandy. I'm 33.
And Sandy, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
I ended up popping it because you're attractive. You know, you got it going on. But that comment about hair, I know your mama got short hair too. She's
So that part unnecessary. I know you made a comment about hair. What? What do you mean? He just said I like my chick with longer hair. What the fuck is wrong with that? It's a preference, right? Is preference not a thing?
at the end of the day, Black women, we you don't know what to expect with our hair.
So you brought up Black women for what? What are you bringing up the fact about Black women for? Nobody. He didn't say that he wanted a white woman. He didn't say he wanted an Asian woman or a Hispanic woman. He just said, I just want a woman with longer hair. So basically what you saying is based off of what she's talking about, that Black women can't have long hair because you got so triggered off of that. Has she not seen Black women with long hair before? Is it something within herself that she may feel as if, well, I may be inadequate because my hair ain't long and I got these extensions and I got the weave and shit in I got these long ass braids, these box braids down my back. So I feel some type of way because my hair's short. Or was it a triggering fact that he may have said something about her weave in her head? Which one is it? Which one is it?
We could wear it straight, we could wear it curly, and that was just like too much for me. So I don't got time for it. If you don't know, if you can't grow up from your roots, then you can't grow up with me. So
if you can't do what?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What the fuck is she talking about? For real. If you can't grow up from your roots, you can't grow with me, baby. And look, that's the thing. She really thinks she said something.
that's how I feel.
Interesting.
Go ahead.
I mean, my mom's actually on my necklace. She doesn't have short hair.
And then as soon as he brought that up and called her out, like, well, my mom don't have short hair.
It doesn't
And mind you, she ain't a white woman. She a Black woman.
matter. It's about who you are as a brother. The person.
I'm so sick of this shit. So stupid, bro. It's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid.
You don't make hair don't make your personality. You dig me? It's about who you are. If you're confident with short hair, long hair, it doesn't matter. Because a lot of girls that do have long.
Can somebody in the chat tell me? Can somebody in the chat please tell me where in any of these two videos that I just showed y'all? Can anybody show me or tell me where he said anything about confidence or anything? Can somebody show that to me? Can somebody pinpoint the time in this video where he said, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's about your confidence. I don't like the fact that you got short hair. You know what I'm saying? It fucks with your confidence. You know, I don't like your personality, anything like that. Can somebody pinpoint that for me? Or maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't get it. So you just going off for no reason. With them big thick ass Coke bottle glasses on that I'm pretty sure that you don't even need because you thought that shit looked cute because you want to look like a schoolgirl. All right.
Hair's be thin. I have a salon. When I was 16,
look at it. She can barely talk. She about to choke on her own saliva trying to talk and get it out.
There's salon with my business that I do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have dealt with so many different type of hairs. Shout out to my mom.
Look at this.
Captivated Styles in the building. Philly, we here. But what you said, it's just not for me. You need to really check on your ends before you talk about long or short hair, because a lot of girls with long hair be having no hair just because it's long is thin. So yeah, I'm sorry, I can't.
Your name.
That's why. See, that's. Listen, man, I'm trying to get better because I have this toleration point in me. You feel me? I got this thing in me. I'm a very cool, chill, nonchalant guy, right? But I got this side of me that I can be a real asshole. I'm talking a real dick. And sometimes I can be petty. I can clap back. You feel me? But you know, we working on ourselves. We trying to be better. We trying to we trying to tame ourselves. You feel me? But this shit's stupid. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. It's stupid. What the hell she just said? She just completely went off the rails for no fucking reason at all. And she thinks she did something. And look at the comments. Here's what's crazy to me. Look at the comments. Look at the first comment, Tasha. She said she was passionate about this topic, and I agree with her. How you gonna say you don't like her natural hair when you're also black with the same type of hair? It's giving internal hate, and she clocked it. How is that internal hate? Because he want a chick with longer hair. Why does every time a man says something that he doesn't like about a black woman in particular? And again, let me preface it by saying this, not all, but why do some black women always feel as if it's just because a man holds you accountable or because a man tells you something that he doesn't like about you, you then say, oh, well, it's triggering and it's internal hate because you're black as well. Bitch, we ain't talking about my hair. We ain't talking about me. We talking about you. I like what I like. Because you don't see other men going crazy when y'all talk about how y'all want a nigga that's 6 feet and above. Some guys just understand, like, I bet, you know what I'm saying? She want a 6 foot dude. It is what it is. Now, there may be some dudes who may clap back like, damn, y'all, that's all you want? You want a 6 figure nigga? A 6 feet nigga? Cool. But most cats already understand that. It's like, I bet. Cool, you want a 6 feet dude. I can't do nothing about that. I can't change my height. But you get triggered off the fact that he just said, I just want a chick with longer hair. Let me read some more comments. So from Auntie Shalante, I guess. For the confused, 4C hair actually grows quite long, but due to shrinkage, it cords to a fro. Yes, that's a fact. Her hair is actually quite long. So his preference is assumed to mean straight, which implies prejudice. Oh my fucking God. I'm so tired of some black people, bro. This is the black fatigue. This right here. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I be talking about, bro. This is the black fatigue. This is the shit that people talk about. This is the shit the white people talk about. This shit everybody else talk about. This is the shit the other groups of black people talk about when we talk about shit like this. They act as if they've never seen a black person with long hair before. My mom always wore her natural hair. What are we talking about? Just because he preferred a chick's hair longer? I'm sorry. So now, damn if you do, damn if you don't, huh? Let's read another comment from Lamaya. So she's saying all black women hair is either short or thin. Exactly. See, Lamaya understands. She understands. Let's see. Cha-Cha says she needs to unpack why she reacted this way. Yes, she definitely needs to unpack that because there's some underlying trauma there. Yeah, so pretty much everybody else just start going in on it because yeah, she's definitely triggered somewhere. She must used to get joked on a lot about her hair, about her 4C hair or her coarse hair, and she felt some type of way about it, which then entails, you know what? I'm not even gonna say it because I know a lot of women, they get their hair, they get the box braids for other reasons, you know, just want to have their hair longer. They get it for other reasons, you know, sometimes they got damaged hair, you know, they trying to grow their shit back out. It's understandable. But I don't think that's the case for her. I'm calling a spade because she went off the rails way too fast, way too fucking hard for no fucking reason. So I think there's underlying trauma and she's definitely triggered. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Is she triggered? I mean, I think she is, but y'all just let me know. That's just wild. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit that notification bell. All right, so I want to go ahead and go to the next topic, man. The main topic for tonight. LeBron James, right? He made a comment on the podcast with him and Steve Nash in regards to the ring culture. Now, before I get into it, I want to preface this by this. Before I get into it, let me see what Deja says. Deja says she definitely got picked on and picked over because of her hair. We got box braids, so we can't get up and just go. Exactly. That's what I figured. Right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I feel it, especially when you're going on vacations. I get it. I 100% get it. But yeah, so LeBron James, he was on the podcast with Steve Nash, and he mentioned the thing about ring culture. You know, when has it become a thing? Because everybody feels as if rings matter the most. But of course, you know, you got a lot of people doubling back and saying, no, it actually don't matter. It's that amongst other things. Then you got other people saying, well, it actually does matter. And then everything gets confused and everything just gets discombobulated because everybody has their opinion. Everybody has their own thought processes about it. You know, everybody has this nostalgia, whatever the case may be. Everybody has a different opinion about the ring culture. And so what LeBron said was, I don't understand why, because you got guys like Bill Russell who have 11 rings, and then they say that Michael Jordan is the GOAT, but Jordan only got 6 rings, right? Or you look at guys like Robert Horry who got 7 rings, and guys like Scottie Pippen who also got 6 rings, but yet Scottie Pippen isn't deemed one of the greatest to ever do it. He's not even in the top 5 when you look at the top 75. I think he's like number 32 or some shit like that, right? But yet they got Allen Iverson at 31, and Allen Iverson never won a ring. So how is Allen Iverson, who is listed at number 31 of the top 75, but yet Scottie Pippen, who has 6 rings, is listed at number 32? Make it make sense. So that's why LeBron James is saying that why is everybody so deeming this ring culture shit? Why are they so pressed about it? And so everybody had the thing. So let's go ahead and get into it. And Gilbert Arenas just kind of breaks it down, and then I'll get my thoughts and opinions on this. All right. So look, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and make sure y'all share this as well. Let's get this shit going. Let's get this shit going. We got to get to 1,000 subscribers, y'all. Let's get it.
Go through like comments I made that people don't actually understand it because they wasn't there when the narrative, the name was created, or the title of Batman and Robin, right? And that when you start putting that out, like fans today are young.
Yep.
They don't understand the past, where the idea of Batman and Robin is just 2 great players playing together, and one is a little bit better than the other, and then they just called that the dynamic duo, right? Batman and Robin, right? What ends up happening when media starts like continuing to say, well, is this really a Batman and Robin? Is this like 2 Batmans? And then once one person feels that he's on that level and people are writing about it, the egos is what breaks everything up, right? Yeah. Just like the egos, they didn't break it up, but everybody was trying Boston, right? When Dwayne Wade and LeBron teamed up, right? Whose team is this? Right? When you start doing shit like that, Kyrie and like when you start doing that, the ego itself as a hooper, competitor, you automatically start asking, hey, damn, man, I should get a little bit more of these touches. Right? You know, it's just like, you know, you're doing, like Shea did something that a lot of champs didn't do, right? The main guy gave the Robin his flowers on national TV.
On the stage during the post-game celebration ceremony.
In the past, they didn't do that, right? So when I make the statement that no one gives a fuck about the number 2 rings, it's not my opinion. That's history. It's shown, right? Are y'all respecting Scottie Pippen for 6 rings like you do Michael Jordan? No.
Nope.
Right? You're not. Are you respecting Clay with his 4 rings?
Nope.
Did you put him in the top 75? No.
Nope.
They did not.
Right? I mean, there's, right? So, hell no, he's not in the top 75. Number 75 is Dame Leonard.
Yep.
Okay, so you don't.
Mind you, for those of y'all who don't know, Dame Lillard don't even have any rings, but Clay got 3 of them things.
Respect the second option. So what ends up happening is last night you got the number 1 guy saying, "No, this is my guy. He helped me in the past as a second option, you seeing motherfuckers there celebrating, doing it. Like, think about Kyrie. Hit the shot. Boom. He's hit the shot. And then everybody, LeBron. He's sitting there like,
yeah. Mm-hmm. And I remember an interview with Doris after the game. Kyrie taking it after LeBron.
But in that defense with the LeBron and Kyrie situation, because I know a lot of people like to use that narrative that Kyrie Irving saved LeBron's legacy, Ray Allen saved LeBron's legacy. But if you look at it in its entirety, LeBron James had 38 something points in that game against the Golden State Warriors. And he set up the play for Kyrie to make that shot. So how did he save it after LeBron saved it from that dunk, from that layup from Iguodala? And then on top of that, the Miami Heat, when Ray Allen hit that game-winning shot, LeBron scored 16 points in the fourth quarter to put them in that position. So how the hell did Ray Allen save his legacy when LeBron put them in that position? Make that make sense to me. I don't understand why people always using this narrative, but people just so stupid. It's crazy, man.
Fuck that. Yeah, all right, man.
Human nature.
I need my own motherfucking
Can't
team.
fight human nature at times,
and my shoe.
But that's what I'm saying.
My shoe on.
Like, you want to be acknowledged.
Yeah, that's all it is. You want to be, and
Shea did that. To your point,
Shea did that, right? Before the media can come in, starting next year. Like, who team is Jalen? Is Jalen the best? Like,
You don't think they did that back in the day?
No. Same thing Kobe was mad about. Like, I'm doing all this in the game 6 of the game 7.
Shaq said something about Kobe.
Shaq said,
after the third championship.
But Kobe thing was like, y'all, no matter what, y'all not going to give me my respect if I don't win without Shaq.
Yes, and that was the whole thing. But because he wasn't getting the respect.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because, that's when it was real. Like, he had, like, in his mind, I have to win without this dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, because if Kobe wouldn't have won any rings after Shaq left, then he would have been the Kyrie Irving back then. He would just have been Robin. Yeah, he would have got his buckets and did what he had to do, but he still would have been considered Robin. But because he was able to get 2 extra rings after Shaq left, that put him in a position like, all right, Shaq, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know if he was really carrying the team like that, even though he still was. But that was the narrative, that Kobe was the Robin and Shaq was the one that was carrying the team, which I still believe that's factual because, again, Shaq already knew what it took because he was in it when he was younger. When he was with Orlando. So, I mean.
There's no question about it. For my legacy of what I think I am to this game and I have to win without Shaq, right? Because that was the thing, man. Like, it just... You guys, everybody in the league at the time, bro. Mm-hmm. And you will get a unanimous fucking 100% Shaquille O'Neal. Like, it just wasn't a question.
And then the Tracy rumors being better than him.
Say it again?
The Tracy McGrady, back then, Tracy led the league in scoring, getting triple better than him. Quadruple team, but averaged 32. Like, it was a thing, but that's what I'm saying. As a when you're the second option, like, you're putting in the same amount of work. Right, but you're not getting the same amount of love, and that's why I said, like, when you're talking about history, and you're talking about, I seen someone throw a whole bunch of names, and I'm like, oh yeah, all them names you named, who talks about them? You think Scottie Pippen on the
exactly
the voters vote
exactly
the people who used to write for him and love on him?
Exactly.
You think he feels good sitting at 32 when 31? Has no rings? That's Allen Iverson. Number 29 has 0 ring. That's Chris Paul. Like, you think he feels good, like he's respected, sitting at 32? There's 2 people right next to him, no rings.
Exactly.
And y'all saying rings matter? Come on, man. Stop.
You think that's how Jaylen Brown feels?
Rings does matter. So if rings matter, how can rings matter?
Right.
How does
right? Even though he still got it, it's still kind of like
he won. Right? He's gonna find it still feel disrespect.
Right. Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. If rings matter, then
he got the
heart.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got the heart.
Can you
chat? Let me ask y'all a question then. How big of a factor when you talk about players, when you talk about the players? Not the front office, not the GM, anything like that. When you talk about the players, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being very important, the most important, and 1 being not very important. Scale 1 through 10. What do you deem having a ring? What would you scale having a ring in regards to your legacy? What would you scale it of how important it is for a player to have a ring in order to, I guess you could say, to improve their legacy? What would you put that score? 1 being not that important, 10 being the most important. Where would you put it?
You tell us why Scottie Pippen is 32 with 6 rings, 7 All-NBAs, 7 All-Stars, 10 defensive player, and Allen Iverson's at 31.
Right.
Who put him 32?
The media.
The square.
The media vote.
The square.
The people who vote for it. So if rings matter, because remember, who writes the rings matter.
When you put Kobe at not in the top 10, I don't respect that.
But again,
that don't matter.
How do you not? But see, this is where I was talking about earlier before I played this video, right? You have to, when you start talking about rings, you got to take your emotions out of it. This is why it's hard to have conversations, and honestly, on both sides. That's why it's hard to have conversations with Jordan fans, with LeBron fans, with Kobe fans, and now Curry fans. It's hard because they can't take the emotion out of it. A lot of people are still stuck with Jordan just simply off the strength of, well, back in that day, man, it was such a great thing. Michael Jordan was this and that, and man, it was a time to be alive. I get that. I saw it too. I saw it. We grew up through all of that. The Jordan, the Kobe Bryants, the LeBron Jameses, the AIs, the Tracy McGrady's, the Steve Francis's, the Stephon Marbury's, all of these cats. But you also have to play the eye test too. And that's one, and I think that's a bigger thing. You have to play the eye test. Yeah, cool. We could talk about accolades, but then the accolades, if you try to compare the two, you can't, because the eras are different. The game was played different back then. They weren't shooting threes like that. Everything was different back then. The way that the game was played, it was different. So you can't compare the accolades. It's so different today, right? So you have to play the eye test. And playing the eye test, it says something different, because you have to see Jordan play in real time. Then you have to see guys like Kobe play in real time. Then you have to see guys like LeBron James play in real time. And it's like, hey, dog, instead of just highlights and the shit that you see on YouTube, the shit that you see on TikTok and Instagram, you need to watch them actually play. And it's like, bruh, I don't know, fam. LeBron James, I don't know, fam. Or Kobe, bro, I don't know. Or Jordan, whatever the case may be. When you have that eye test, it's like, man, shit, hey, I see why these niggas are top 3. I can see why. But a lot of people get in their emotion. Well, what about who's wearing whose shoes? That ain't got shit to do with nothing. It don't. Let's see. Chris says 7, but it also depends on the player and his influence. What you mean, bro? That's a pretty high number. I respect that though. GZDR4EV says 10. I have yet to see a bronze medalist from the Olympics get on the Wheaties box, and technically they are the 3rd best athlete in the world in their category. I feel that, bro. But again, if that's the so before I say anything, so if it's the most important thing, right? Who would be your number one? Who would be your number one player? If that trumps everything, having a ring, if that trumps everything, who is your top 3 then? Who would be your top 3?
So
see, you can't do that.
You can't, because I don't
that's
have
the problem.
If you believe, so what they say
the
goes
problem
to
is
you. What they
what
say
I'm
goes
saying
to
is
you.
the people who are voting get paid.
We need something to
No,
go
what
off
I'm saying is that the people
I'm
are
not
voting.
going off of Kobe's not in the top 10.
But if the people are voting, they get paid to do this job. And instead of looking at it, you automatically try to take away the conversation to answer the question by saying, I don't respect it. That doesn't get to the answer. I'm asking you. to answer. How do you think a man with 6 rings sitting at 32, how do you think he feels if 31 and 29 has no rings?
Mm-hmm.
So when I say rings don't matter, I have examples. Because I can tell you this, what I did was this, how I came to the conclusion. I said, you know what, this don't make sense. There's something we're missing here. You know what, I'm taking away all rings. Fuck them. All rings are gone. No one has rings. Let me just go to these people's accolades. Let's see who they are. So I wrote down everybody's accolades.
I'm not doing
Wait, dude. Everybody's accolades. So I wrote down everybody's accolades, right? To see if this makes sense. If you go in this order, MVP first, give it the most points. Second, scoring titles. Third, first team All-NBA, because that's top 5. Defensive player of the year. Second team All-NBA. If you go like that across the board, you will get Jordan, LeBron, Kareem. That's how it would look. So when you say, why isn't Kobe in the top 10? He only has 1 MVP. Everybody in front of him has multiple MVPs.
You sound like a man that ain't won.
No, I'm talking
like a man that ain't won.
See, you see that? And this is the conversation that I was just saying. See, Swag is talking, he going based off of his emotions. He talking off of his emotions. He not talking about the facts. And that's where the problem lies. Get out of your emotions in the conversation, bro. Just had a conversation. Cool. In your own person, like in your own personal. If your own personal list says that you got Kobe first, Jordan first, LeBron first, it is what it is. But when you start breaking it down to facts, I mean, the facts is just the facts. It is what it is. You can't argue with it. See, Chris says AI has influence but no rings. AI has influence but no rings. He changed the game. LeBron has changed the game and his rings. It has rings. Clay has rings but no influence on the game. He can't carry a team. That's a fact. That's a fact. Tom Brady, Jordan, Michael Phelps. That's all sports. If it's just b-ball, then Jordan, Kobe, Shaq. I never saw Bill Russell or Chamberlain play or any of those Celtics. But again, you don't have to, because just based off of your own logic, by rings being 10, Bill Russell should be your number 1 regardless, because he has 11 of them things. Regardless, Bill Russell should be number 1. He got 11, and I'm just talking about just basketball in itself. It has to be based off of your logic. It has to be Bill Russell. It can't be Jordan. Jordan can't be number 1, because then guess what you do then? That means you're gonna have Bill Russell. You got Robert Horry. That means you also gonna have who else got I forgot old buddy's name. He has 9 rings though. I forgot who it was. Has 9 rings. Matter of fact, let me look it up. Let me look it up real quick. Let me look it up. So, all right. So if you look at the list of players, who have, let me pull it up for you real quick. So if you look at the list of players who has multiple rings, so Bill Russell, 11 of them things. Sam Jones, 10 of them things. Tom Heisen, Casey Jones, Satch Sanders, John Havlicek have 8. Jim, Frank Ramsey, Robert Horry have 7 of them joints. And then you go down to 6 where you got Bob Cousy, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You got Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. They got 6 of them joints. Then so on and so forth. Then you got George Mikan, Jim Pollard, Slater Martin, Larry Siegfried, Don Nelson, Michael Cooper, Magic Johnson with the 5. Same Dennis Rodman with the 5. Ron Harper, Steve Kerr, Kobe Bryant, Derek Fisher, Tim Duncan. Then you go down to all the way down, and you got all of these people out here. So if you're going based off of the list alone, and if rings are your top priority, your top 10, These cats right here have to be your number one. Bill Russell should be your number one. Sam Jones should be your number two. And all of these cats underneath should fall in order if we're going based off of just the rings in itself. So that's why when we have that conversation, we can't talk about just the rings. It has to be more to it than that. It has to be. That's why you say, okay, yeah, cool, you can have the rings, but understand they all played in different eras. Because I guarantee that we all can agree that Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James are all better than any of those guys that I named, that are better than Sam Jones, that are better than Bill Russell, that are better than probably Kareem, that are better than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, that are better than Tom Heinsohn, Casey Jones, Satch Sanders, John Havlicek, Jim Lost Cutoff, Frank Ramsey, Robert Horry. I'm pretty sure we all will be in agreement that those three cats that I just named are better than all of them. And just off the eye test, we would know that. So we can't just go. So we can't just go by the rings in itself. But people use that to try to, oh, well, this is why Michael Jordan is better than LeBron James or Kobe Bryant, because Jordan never lost in the finals. Cool. That's fair. But again, he never played against Michael Jordan either. Jordan never played against LeBron James. Kobe has, and Kobe's 16-6 versus LeBron James. But don't nobody want to talk about that, though. Don't nobody want to talk about that or have that conversation. And this is with who? This is when they were playing with Shaq. And they were still 16-6 versus LeBron James. That's a hell of a record.
I'm not talking from my.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not talking. I'm not. Hold on. I'm not talking from my opinion, dog. I'm saying this is what the research that I did said. I said I looked at the top 75 list. They have it in order from the writers. I said, all right, Clay not being in the top 75, and he got 3 rings at the time. 5 All-Stars, 2 All-NBAs. How was 75? No rings, 6 All-NBAs, and 6 All-Stars. Doesn't make sense. These rings should be able to put him in front of Dame. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, remove it all. And then I took a month, went through the research. The research says they respect MVPs first, scoring title second, All-NBA first team first, defensive player of the year, then second team All-NBA, because second team All-NBA is top 10 in the NBA. And then when you go by that and put the points, I don't give a fuck if you go 10, 9, 8 on the points, you will come up with the top 75. The only thing that I found wrong was how, with the metrics that was there for everybody else, how is Oscar Robertson in front of Kobe? Now remember, if the number one stat is MVPs, think about everybody else in the top 10. They got more than one.
Yeah.
Scoring titles is next. That's why Jordan can never be passed, because he got damn near 8 more than everybody else. Right? So if you put 200 points in on 100, however you want to do it, that scoring title, 10, there's nothing you can do about that. He can never be caught because of the metrics of that. Like, this is not the eye test. They're going off of the metrics. So when you say Scottie Pippen at 32, if you take away his rings, did he have a better career than Allen Iverson? No. Allen Iverson got 4 scoring titles, an MVP. No.
No, I get it.
So it's saying that, yeah, this is just a cherry on top.
Let's better career than.
Let's get back to talking about.
You said he does?
Yes.
If you take away the rings, he has a better.
No.
Okay.
You can't take that. Come on, how you gonna take away something that?
Hey, look, I actually agree with that. If you're gonna be talked or even be considered in the GOAT debate, you need to at least have 1 ring. And because, mind you, if you think about it, that's what they said about LeBron James, because they were already saying that he was top tier. But they would say, well, I can't even get close to comparing him to Michael Jordan because he ain't even got a ring yet. But then once he got a ring, then everybody else started to make excuses for it. They made excuses to how he got the ring, or, oh, well, he left the team. Like, bro, nah, don't move the goalpost. We ain't moving the goalpost. You said he needed to get a ring in order to be considered. And he got that. And then he went on to get 3 more. with 3 different teams. So that can also that argument can also be made. He got rings with 3 different teams that he led. Not somebody he was just sitting on the bench and he contributed to. No, he was the top dog on the team that he led to a finals and got a finals. 4 of them. That can also be a thing. You know what I'm saying? So like it's crazy. I keep hearing QB Jim Kelly is great because he went to 4 straight, but he didn't win, so he is out. And if Caitlin Clark don't win one, she ain't it either. Hey, that's fair. I cannot argue with that. I cannot argue with that. But I do believe that Caitlin Clark gonna get one. I'm gonna be 100. I think she will get one. At least one. At least one. I'll give her one. Now when? I'm not gonna say. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure she will get one. I'm pretty sure of it.
I'm asking, but okay, see, you see, you have an opinion.
This is crazy, bro. Let's just take away all rings.
So, answer the question. So if Scottie Pippen's at 32, how is Allen Iverson at 31?
So who opinion do you respect when it comes to somebody's top 5?
I can't, because every time we have who's the top 3 we always mention? Everybody outside of ESPN.
All right, so you say if you do it for music, is it Grammy wins or album sales? I can't do both because that shit can be slanted so hard. I would probably say album sales. Then again, I don't know, bro. That's hard. I don't know. I can't give you a definitive answer on that one. I really can't.
Players, that's our eye.
But you can't have them at 18. That shit don't make. All right, come on. Be right.
But that's the problem. See, that's the problem where no one gets.
So this is what it would be, Nick. Right. So this is what. Just hear me out. So if the players that played in the NBA did a list, Kobe would not be at 10.
Would not be at 10.
But that's the thing. They're not asking the players.
Well, some of the players contribute.
Some of the players vote too.
Some, but not the masses. It's not players, right? It's the square media and it's dudes that
don't like that.
But it's personal.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, no,
it's just strictly stats.
It's strictly
stats. It's personal.
With that metric, yes, if it's stats, yeah. But I'm just saying, for
Nick, I just told you the metrics. MVPs won. So if you want to put 100 points on MVPs. Look, what I'm saying is put 100 points on MVPs.
That's true.
What I'm saying is put 100 points on MVPs. Put 90 points on scoring titles. Put 80 points on first team. Put 70 points on defensive player of the year. Put 60 points on second team. And you start counting.
Gilbert is in front of Kobe. Gilbert is in front of Kobe now.
Swag. All right, I gotta stop y'all. We got a lot of NBA finals.
No, what I'm saying is how
Gilbert is top 10.
How does he have MVPs? Does he have scoring titles? Like how does that?
Defense player, he got everything.
Defensive player is 60 points. So he got 460 points. What does that got to do with scoring titles? Scoring titles is 90 points each. That's 108. What are you talking about?
I feel like we're gonna talk about this all summer long.
But what I'm saying is we shouldn't just do the math yourself, and then you can do the math. You can stop asking. It's all accolades. It's individual accolades, and it should be told.
And rings don't count.
They should have told us before.
We don't play for the championship. Like,
no, we play for it. They tell us.
This wasn't shit. Why we don't?
See, this is why it's hard to have an educational conversation because you're using your emotions.
No, you said rings don't count. So what are we playing for?
The data says rings don't count. Does the rings count, sir?
We've been dealing with this
We're just playing the play.
What I'm saying is,
this shit has been going on since Friday.
Yo,
94.
Did you read my message?
93.
Do you see what I said?
This has been going on in the group chat for literally 72 hours.
Hold on, because no one wants to have a real. He wants to use his emotions.
How much use?
Then answer the question with a reasonable.
Without you saying rings don't count. If rings don't count,
rings count. Rings count. Rings count.
Be realistic.
So rings count. Then answer this. 1993, a man by the name of Michael Jordan has 3 rings. He was ranked the best player ever. He jumped Magic Johnson, who was number 1 before that, in front of. So Magic has 5 rings. Kareem has 6 rings at this time. Bill Russell has 11 rings. Can you tell us what an educated answer?
I'm gonna wait till McCann's time.
An educated answer. How did Michael Jordan get crowned the best player ever with only 3 rings?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna wait.
I'm just asking the question, man.
We're gonna wait.
If rings matter, how did the guy who has the least
rings don't matter
become number 1?
Rings don't matter.
I'm just asking a question. This has nothing to do with your personal. I don't give a fuck about personal. I'm just asking. I'm looking at the data and saying, hey, he has 3 rings. So how is he in front of a guy who has 5, 6, and 11?
I can't tell you. He just play.
Oh, you can't? Yeah.
I just want to know what list we gonna go.
I know you can't. I know you can't. I know you can't.
We will talk list.
Listen though, that's real spill though. That's real spill because again, when you look at the data and the statistics, and you look at how the media plays on shit, just like they said before, they were deeming Michael Jordan that dude before he got to 5. He was at 3 rings. He was at 3 rings. So, do rings truly matter? Or I think, and here's the thing, and here's my honest opinion. You may call me crazy. You may call me crazy. You may say, nigga, you out your fucking mind. I honestly think that a lot of people just use the eye test. And the media plays heavy. I'm talking the media plays extremely heavy into the narrative of a player. Case in point. We never saw anything remotely negative about Michael Jordan when Michael Jordan was coming up. It was all, I want to be like Mike. Michael Jordan the GOAT. Michael Jordan the God. Everything was Michael Jordan. You never heard one bullshit. You never heard anything on the court. Anything on the court. You never heard anything negative towards Michael Jordan. Mind you, there were some negative things being said about Michael Jordan, but they didn't put that out there in the media because there were times where guys were talking about how Michael Jordan couldn't dribble with his left. You know what I'm saying? Where Michael Jordan was missing free throws, when Michael Jordan was getting dunked on, when Michael Jordan was getting his shit ripped, when Michael Jordan was getting his shit rocked, when Michael Jordan was getting cooked for 30, 40 points. They didn't put that out. They didn't put that shit out there. It's one of those situations you had to be there to see it. But then you get to LeBron James. Everything in the media about LeBron James damn near is negative. Every single thing. Oh, leaf flop. Or, oh, you ain't got the 6 rings because you chasing the rings. You want to be Michael Jordan. Oh, you can't be considered great because you did it with multiple teams. You ain't do it just the one team like everybody else do it. Oh, well, you can't even make a free throw. Or, oh, well, shit, you shot the last shot. You supposed to make it, Michael Jordan. Or you weren't supposed to pass it. You were supposed to shoot. You were supposed to shoot that. Michael Jordan would have done it. But yet, LeBron James is one of the most clutch players to ever play the game. Oh, he ain't even a real scorer. He ain't got that dog in him. But yet, he got the most points. He got the scoring title. Most points. And you can't say just based off of longevity because you have to be efficient and you have to be able to keep that same way that you've been playing for all these years. You have to keep that up throughout the entire duration of your career. That's not an easy thing to do. If you know hoops, if you play basketball, you understand you got to be able to maintain that shit throughout the years. And this nigga been in the league for 21, 22 fucking years, bro. Doing this shit. That ain't easy. That's not an easy thing to do. But the narrative, the media plays a narrative on it. Because I guarantee if the media started to say, you know what? LeBron James is actually that dude. Because they got this thing out right now where they talk about this vault, where they show a lot of people missed out on the young LeBron James because LeBron James damn near got 3 careers in one. He got 3 careers basically in the NBA, which is crazy to me. And a lot of people hadn't even seen the young LeBron James. They just know the LeBron James who went back to Cleveland And some of Miami, they don't even know what that Bron James was in the first 5 years at Cleveland when he first started in the league. They don't even remember that dude. They don't even know what he was like. That nigga was another beast. How you got 3 different beasts in one person in 3 different fucking careers throughout his entire 22-year career? That is crazy. That is wild. So he won 3 in a row at the time and took down Magic Bird, Hakeem, Ross's Field with Hall of Famers. That's cool, but again, you still got 3. You still got 3 though. You still got 3. You ain't got 5. And mind you, when you talk about Magic and Bird, they were old. They were older then. They were on their way out the door when he came in. So we can't really go off of that, right? Because would it have been the same thing if Magic and Bird were in their prime while Michael Jordan was in their prime? Would that have been the same thing? No. So I can't say that. I can't say that because they were on their way out the door. They were on their verge of retirement. So nah, I can't use that. I can't go with that. He upset the establishment with his Big 3 decision, causing a ripple throughout the league. Later on, he made the league big, so they embraced him. Yeah, of course they did, because he did something. He went against the grain. He did something different that Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant didn't do. He said, nah, I'm gonna do this shit my way. I'm gonna do it how I want to do it. I'm gonna do it how I want to do it because I got the leverage. I'm the big dog. You want me. I don't need you. You need me. So therefore, and then mind you, what a lot of people don't understand is that Cavaliers didn't have the financial backing to get the type of players that they needed over there. So that's why the nigga had to leave and then come back. That's why he did he? I'm not 100% sure, but I think he took a pay cut too. I think he took a pay cut too when he went back to Cleveland. So, and he brought them more money. And you're right, he did bring the league more money by doing this. But that right there, that's another influence. That's another influence to the game. Now people like, well, shit, bro. Hey, hold on. I might as well go down here and rock out with my homies. Let's get these rings. Let's lock in. Because at the end of the day, regardless of how y'all look at it, the league got better. The league gets better, bro. More players are coming in. These motherfuckers ain't no joke. These ain't no slow league ass players, dog. And I don't know why people make it seem as if these niggas are scrubs that's coming into the league. No, these niggas get better, bro. These niggas get better, and it gets harder. It gets harder. Same reason why Curry reached out to KD, like, hey, bro, if we gonna win again, and you know who we gotta go against, we gonna need you to come over here to Golden State. We need you, because I know for sure we won't beat these niggas again. I know for sure. They just beat us last year. And you think they're gonna be down 3-1 again? Nah, we need you. We need you. But yeah, man. But again, I agree with Gills on this one. And then again, I said it before. A lot of people they're basing it just based off of what LeBron said during the podcast, but yet they don't understand. LeBron said this way before. He said this a long time ago. I think he had the low cut, so I think he was at Cleveland. He was with Cleveland when he said this shit. So that wasn't his first time saying that shit about the ring culture thing. That wasn't his first time. But people always try to find a reason to discredit the man. And it's crazy. It's asinine to me. But listen, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure y'all hit that bell notification. So I want to go ahead and go to the next topic, man. And we're doing a hard pivot. We're going to talk about a little dating, because Carlos Miller, y'all know, the comedian, he was talking about modern dating on this podcast, bro. So I want to see what he's talking about. And let's get some insight on it, man. So let's get to it. But before we do that, let me get this thing off the screen. Do you think it's outside factors that won't allow the media to put LeBron over Jordan, such as his activism? Jordan was more of a conservative. Nope, I don't think that's the case. I don't. But I believe that it's outside factors outside of that? Absolutely. I do think there are factors outside of it, 1,000%. But I don't think the fact that he's this activist player. I don't think that's the case. I don't, because LeBron really hadn't done anything that will remotely hurt the NBA. So I don't think that's anything to do with it. If I'm being 100% honest.
Would you just want her to cheat and not tell you that?
Yes, that's what y'all saying.
She wouldn't get caught either. We don't get caught.
Y'all saying that y'all just want her to do it and not get caught.
Why y'all so confident?
Hold on.
I've seen people be anonymous, but also if you get to the 30, 40-year mark, there's been an affair. There's been some cheating. There's been some lying. You're really going against your natural desire as a man to want to be with the same vagina night after night for 40, 50 years. It's not natural.
But if I love you enough, I'll make sure I never get caught.
You two up.
There's no
See, but that's trash. It's like, would you just want her to cheat and not tell you that?
Yes, that's what y'all saying.
She wouldn't get caught either. We don't get caught.
Y'all saying that y'all just want her to do it and not get caught.
Why y'all so confident that women don't get caught?
Do women get caught?
No, not until we want y'all to catch us low key.
If we tell you, that's when you know.
For me, I want an open relationship.
That's cap. That's cap. That is cap.
Because I really have trust issues. Like I genuinely do. Like
as you should.
I don't trust anybody.
I beg your pardon.
And I feel like the only way to trust somebody is to not have to.
Exactly.
That part.
That's
the only way to trust somebody is to not have to. What? Here we go. Let's lock in. Here we go.
That's literally it. If you got a mouth, I don't trust you. I don't trust nothing coming out of it.
Then. So we have two different ways that we go about, achieving our goal.
Mm-hmm.
She wants complete, open, and honest communication.
Yes, right.
Meaning, if he DM a girl and she might be okay, he got to show all that. For me, that would be mad uncomfortable. Because I'm at a high volume.
I don't need to see the DMs, but if you get a video smashing, I want to see that because that'll turn me on.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Like that.
But I'm asking for you.
Instagram?
Official tangerine.
Cynthia, I'm asking for you. Would you and me and my girl, we don't discuss the details of it. So how would you be in your open relationship? Would you want it to be like that where he would tell you
don't
everything?
do good with information. So for me, it's just like I don't need to know.
Okay.
I just wouldn't want to ask.
Right.
Like I just wouldn't want to ask, because I don't care. And it's like I have to keep my brain focused on work. I have to keep my brain focused on helping my family, doing shit. I don't need to be thinking about Veronica in Virginia that you fucked. And they're like, I don't care. I don't care who these bitches are. I don't give a fuck.
Would you get upset if they like I said,
again, I'm
in my
getting
situation
on the side.
Right, exactly.
So
you
that's
are
why
getting whatever you want.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either. But
you out of town, I'm out of town.
Would you would you get upset if the information came to you? Because a lot of women think that they are having women's code.
I just wouldn't
telling
respond.
You. Okay. Because my girl, we have a thing. She just responds, you go fuck or not. That's what she responds to all other girls.
I would just leave them on scene.
Because women always want to tell you what your man is doing.
They want to hurt
you. I love already knowing before they tell me.
But that's still a control thing. Even then, you got to trust them. I don't want to have to trust you to tell me and you got to this because then now I'm using too much energy.
Yeah.
I've been in 4 relationships. I've never cheated on any of those girls. Ever. I've never. So I literally can say I've never cheated. Now, here's my thing.
Are you laughing, Carlos?
No, but I've done fucked up shit though. Like one time to my kid's mom, like I broke up with her on February. So I went to Burger King. And oh my God, this girl's fly. Like you don't understand. I was like, what?
She worked at Burger King on the fries. She was
drive through. I was amazed, whatever.
Excited.
I was a kid though. I'm a kid. I broke up with my girl so I could be with her on Valentine's Day. And it was the worst shit. And she was so dumb. Like, I couldn't talk to her. Like, I didn't say nothing. Like, it was just such a turn off. I got back with my girl, whatever. But that's the most fucked up shit I did. But I've never cheated.
Oh, so you left her and then you didn't like the girl. And you was like, dang, I actually really like my girl.
And I went back. Yeah.
Wait, you thought you were going to be with the McDonald's girl?
Nah,
Burger King girl.
I just wanted to be
No
with her.
disrespect, McDonald's Burger King.
Burger King, yeah. But anyways, my question is, like, well, what about a throuple relationship where
what?
I'm a throuple, like I'm committed to these two girls and they're committed to me, and this is an equal thing because if she's bi, she got a girl and a guy. You know, if she's bi, she got a girl and a guy, and I got these two girls.
Nigga, you still gonna cheat, man. You got two of them, you still gonna cheat, nigga. Stop. Y'all niggas be lying. Y'all ain't being honest. Y'all niggas still gonna cheat. You can have a throuple, a quadruple, a cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. You can have all of them. You still gonna cheat, nigga. Somebody. You still gonna want one to bust it down for you. Just keeping it P, bro.
What's wrong with that?
Why you don't see what's missing? It's three other motherfuckers missing out of that. That's what's wrong.
What three others? This is
everybody else wants somebody else.
No, they don't. They got somebody else.
It's all open. All this shit is open.
It's not open. It's just us three.
I'm down with thruples. I don't have one because I'm not into eating vagina. But I've seen thruples work. But I've also seen thruples where the guy and girl were married first, then they brought in a girl, and then the guy lost his bitches.
I know you're talking about. You see how all these situations are always
because women are so loving.
You can't bring no another man in that shit.
But I follow a page on Instagram that is Something Academy, and they teach people how to be comfortable, men especially, with a woman who wants to have extra men. And this guy, he's about to go out of town.
You better sit the fuck down somewhere. Somebody, man, you better sit the fuck down somewhere. There ain't no nigga coming in here talking about some, yeah, bro, see, I'm going to teach you how to be accepting of your woman bringing another man. Boy, you better get the fuck out my face. That's what you better do. You better keep it pushing. Talking about something, yeah, you got to be accepting. Boy, that's the most simp shit I ever heard in my goddamn life. I don't care who, bro. I don't care who you. I don't care if you got money. I don't care if you a multi-millionaire. I don't give a fuck. At any point where you got your woman bringing in another man, you a simp. You a simp. You a simp. You a pushover. You ain't got no balls. You don't have no backbone. You don't have no standards. You don't have no dignity about yourself. You a full-blown, run-over, push-over, goofy-ass nigga. 1,000%. Prime example, Adam 22. Nigga, you crazy. I would, what? All right. And she would tell you they do it in Africa. And I'd be like, hey, well, take your ass to Africa then, because I live in America. I'm like, mosey your happy ass over there to Africa then. Just don't worry about me. Keep it pushing. Send them off. There you go. There you go. Your ass is out of there. You hear me? Purring kitties. Because Gil never wanted to ship. That ain't the point though. See, you missing the point. You worried about because somebody never wanted to ship. So does the narrative, so let me ask you a question. I'm glad you said that. Does the narrative change if somebody won a championship? Does the narrative change if somebody won a championship and they said the same thing? Let's see. Gil was good, but he's not what he thinks he is. He swears he's right all the time. But you got to be honest. It ain't about what he thinks is right, but you can't say it's factual though. When you got data, stats, when you have data and facts to back you, you can't argue. It's hard to argue that. You feel me? Okay, yes, LeBron can speak on rings because he has them. But I agree with you. But here's the thing. People are criticizing him because he said it. Because guess what? They moved the goalpost. What they said in the goalpost is this. Oh, well, because he can't catch Michael Jordan, now he's saying that the ring shouldn't matter. He was saying that shit way before. And see, that's the thing. So people move the goalpost. So it don't matter if Gil doesn't have a ring or not. He's still speaking facts because he literally said the same exact thing that LeBron said. Feel me?
He was sending other man over to the house, like, take care of my wife while I'm gone.
Wow.
Take care of my wife, watch the kids, make sure.
Now, see, that's doing the most. Like, my thing is, literally just because I don't think that it's natural for human beings to want to be sexually with one person for 100 years. I just don't think that like after a certain time, I don't care how different.
All right, let me see. He says, I don't care what Bron says, rings matter. The reason why Bron isn't better than Jordan because Jordan has more skilled player. Nope, you're wrong. You're 1000% wrong. Jordan is not more skilled than LeBron James. And then if you're gonna say that Jordan is better than Bron, then that also means. So do you think that Bill Russell is better than Michael Jordan because he got 11? Is Robert Ory better than Michael Jordan? He got 7. So what's up? You can't just start talking crazy. There are more players that got more rings than Michael Jordan. So you say that Robert. So you're saying that Robert Ory is better than Michael Jordan. That's what you're telling me right now. Robert Ory is better than Michael Jordan. That's what you're telling me. Because he has more rings. That's what you're saying. I just need you to confirm that for me. Yeah, because they know what it is to win. Gil don't. Okay. All right, Perrin. Listen, I respect that. I respect that you stand on that. The fact that because they have more rings that they are better than Michael Jordan. If you going based off of that logic, I will give it to you. I would not argue that. I would not argue that. That's fair. That is 100% fair. I would not argue that. I'm like, I bet because you're going strictly based off of rings, so therefore Bill Russell is better. You put that means you put Bill Russell at number 1. That means he's the GOAT. Got you. I'm not gonna argue that. Yeah, because they know Gil's win. I don't want an intern to operate on me, despite being in their apprentice of the top doctor. I want the doctor who did. That's fair. I mean, that's fair. But again, you can't. But again, though, if okay, that's cool. But if the statistics and data, backs up what he's saying, you can't argue it. That's the point. See, that's the conversation I was having earlier. A lot of people go based off of their emotions. They talk about the emotion. Well, I can't listen to people who ain't done it yet. Okay, well, does he have states? Is he talking based off of his emotions, or is he giving stats and data to prove that? Because if he has stats and data to prove what he's saying to back up his point, you can't argue that, bro. Regardless of how you feel, regardless if you don't like Gil, the fact that if he has rings or not, you can't argue that. That's what we got. That's where that crossroad comes. Like, all right, bro, I can see to that. All right, cool. You got stats to back it up. You got the data to back it up. All right, cool. I can see. Just like Perns just said, like, hey, look, I'm going strictly off the rings, big dog. So Bill Russell number 1. Cool, I can see to it. You say you going strictly off rings. I ain't finna argue that. Why am I argue that for? Because he going strictly off rings. I ain't gonna argue that. Gil loves LeBron's ring statement because he ain't won nothing. Gil don't know what. Nah, fam, I disagree with you on that one. I 100% disagree. Gil loves the game. Gil is the version of what people mean when they say they love the game. They study the game. They watch the game. They know the game. They understand it. And being able to be in the NBA as well as understanding the game and study it and watch every player and admire and appreciate all the players, you have to respect that. You have to. Because yeah, he may not have won the finals, but he played in the NBA. He knows what it takes to get there. He understands, like, bro, that shit hard. That's a hard thing to do. But he also stated that it's harder to get an MVP than it is to get a ring. Because you got 29 teams versus 400 something players that you have to beat in order to be in the MVP race. So again, how can you not take what he's saying? How can you not take that and respect that what he's saying? We got to get outside of the factor of damn, bro, but he ain't never won shit. Because I can say the same. Because I can, Perrin, have you ever played in the NBA? GZDR4EV. Have you ever played in the NBA before? Because if you haven't, I can say, well, I really don't care what you said. I really don't care how you feel about the championship. It means nothing because you ain't never played in the NBA, so I don't know. So how could I respect what you say? You feel me?
Aromas, playing different, like it's still that. So yes. I just need variety in that aspect only, like not in.
Vitamin water helps keep me hydrated. Encore.
Ain't no encore. We changing that. Yeah, we gotta hurry and get this thing monetized, bro. Make sure y'all share the live too. Get these super chats and these ads going so we can get paid, so we can get this thing on the premium side. You feel me? We almost there, man. We almost to 1K, y'all. We almost to 1K. We gotta keep. We almost there.
I don't want to have like a relationship.
Right. I think I would be very hurt if my husband was dating somebody else. If he was doing the stuff that we do, because we travel a lot. We have date nights. We have game nights. We have get-togethers.
Do you know that he's not?
Yeah, we get staycations and we go get a nice.
Do you know that he's not? Like, or is that something that he said like I won't do? Or
it's not part of our agreement. So if I found out that he was behind my back, that would hurt me.
More so like he can't take a girl out to eat. He can't like.
I mean, he
date
can feed
her.
the bitch some DoorDash or something. Oh, he sitting across from her.
Okay. Yeah, like what y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? Yeah.
Somebody, how you think he getting all this pussy? You think he just meeting bitches?
I mean, I think that's how you got to do it, right? You got to have girls that are just okay with that.
I see how he talks to them, and I see how he's getting them, and it's
you
not.
read his phone?
I see how he talks to them, and I'm like, she dumb. But whatever, get it.
Yeah, because that's how.
I mean, I guess, bro. I don't know what type of timing they on for real, bro. Yeah, I really don't got much to say out this. They talking about this thruple and quadruple and all this shit, man. And they don't wanna know who cheating on them and shit like that. That's cool. That shit sound good until they actually going through and they actually in that shit. The next thing you know, all that shit that they talking about, that shit's out the window. I don't want to hear none of that shit they talking about. That shit sound good on the podcast. That shit sound good because you on camera. You trying to make it sound good. You trying to make yourself seem like you're the best candidate. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't. They'll be the first one crying, hooping, how these niggas ain't shit. I can't stand them. Yeah, I'm the best woman. Woe is me. Like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Listen, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure y'all hit that notification bell. So hold on, let's see. I feel you, and I think athletes are changing the narrative when it comes to commentating on their sport as well. They're trying to get the Stephen A's out of there because he didn't play on that high level, but he criticizing their play. I agree. And I agree. That's what I've always said. You know what I'm saying? When you got guys like that, when you got the Stephen A's who probably ain't never even played college basketball before, just because they studied the game, they still don't understand. Like prime example, myself, I never played in the NBA, but I played college basketball. You feel me? So I can tell you, I can understand the game all the way up to college. I knew who was gonna play in the NBA. I can have the eye test. I have the eye test to be able to see, like, hey, this motherfucker here's something different. And I can look at motherfuckers and say, yeah, you straight, but you ain't NBA, you ain't NBA type. You might be overseas type, but you ain't NBA. I've seen that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen players that I hoop with that I'm like, yeah, he going pro. That's for sure. That's all other players like, yeah, he good, he's solid, but he ain't finna get drafted. He gonna go overseas and play ball. You know, make some decent money. He can make a solid living, but he ain't finna be in no NBA. He making millions. Ain't gonna happen. So I mean, I understand it. So yeah, I agree. They need more players, and I think that's why a lot of these people are getting upset now because LeBron has his podcast now, and they doing numbers and they're talking real basketball because they know what the fuck they're talking about. And a lot of these cats who never played the game, or you know, they were able to just get on there and just talk stupid and talk the dumb shit. Now it's like, well, you're not gonna be able to make it as a podcaster. Shit, watch, watch how much money, man. This man LeBron finna run up a bag, bro. LeBron finna run up the podcast bag just like I'm finna run up this channel bag. You feel me? That's what we on. You feel me? We own it. We own it. But look, make sure you like, comment, subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure y'all hit that notification bell. So I want to go over to this next topic, bro. This shit's insane. So there was this Latino woman who was talking about how her friend, she told this wild story about her friend and what she did to him, and she put him in this fucked up situation. So it's beyond me, bro. It is crazy. It is crazy. That's why I say a lot of men, they gotta watch the fuck out, because these women are crazy. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it, and make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and hit that notification bell. Let's rock out.
I was like, oh. But I was, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
So, but deep down, you're like, oh, really? No, and then no, but no's no, and like, you know what I'm saying? You almost are like trying to like convince her almost to not, and then it's like, no, no's no.
Yeah, that's called coercion.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I had a homegirl, right? We're not homies anymore, but she had an encounter with a guy, right? She was on him. She hella liked him, whatever. She called me the next day. She was like, yeah, we did woo whoop. And I was like, cool, right? So a year or so passes. She meets a guy that she's really serious with, right? And then she's like, so I was thinking about that one guy I was with, and I think he raped me. Oh, I can't say that. Great. Bust it out, because then it'll demonetize you. And I was like, you totally wanted him. You totally called me. You totally told me all the details. Like, what do you mean right now? But I think it was like the shame attached to the fact that, because it was just like a one-night stand. It wasn't nothing serious with homie, right?
Yeah.
The shame that I think she felt that she allowed herself to go there. And then when she met a serious guy, I think to herself, she was trying to make it seem like he overstepped or whatever. But he was like way tossed, and she wasn't way tossed. Like she was fine, right? I think about shit like that. And I'm like, God forbid my sons were to have an encounter with a girl. She fully is, fine with things. And then months later is like, the shame that I feel is uncomfortable. So I'm just going to say that you took advantage of me. Hell no.
That ain't right. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Nah. Nope. Hell nah. Nope. Nope.
I beg your pardon.
Hell no. I don't care. 3 strikes, you're out. Get that nigga out the game. Body bag. Throw him away in the dumpster. No. I don't care. See, this is... Bro. Hell no. This is the shit that I'm talking about. This is the accountability that I talk about. Mind you. So let's play this back. So that way we understand. What's being said here. So nobody gets anything misconstrued on what's being said.
Things have happened to young boys that they've had to suffer in silence about, because that same.
But I was, what am I gonna do?
Watch this.
Yeah.
But deep down, you're like, oh, really? No, and then no, but no's no, and like, you know what I'm saying? You almost are like trying to like convince her almost to not, and then it's like, no, no's no.
Yeah, that's called coercion.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I had a homegirl, right? We're not homies anymore, but she had an encounter with a guy, right? She was on him. She hella liked him, whatever. She called me the next day. She was like, yeah.
She was on him. She hella liked him. All right. She was on him. She hella liked him. She was choosing.
We did woo whoop.
She busted open for a real one. We got the facts. All right.
And I was like, cool, right? So a year or so passes, she meets a guy that she's really serious with, right? And then she's like, so I was thinking about that one guy I was with, and I think he raped me. Oh, I can't say that. Great. Bust it out, because then it'll demonetize you. And I was like, you totally wanted him. You totally called me. You totally told me all the details. Like, what do you mean right now? But I think it was like the shame attached to the fact that, because it was just like a one-night stand. It wasn't nothing serious with homie, right?
Yeah.
The shame that I think she felt that she allowed herself to go there. And then when she met a serious guy, I think to herself, she was trying to make it seem like he overstepped or whatever. But he was like way tossed.
So I wanna pinpoint something here. Now, we don't know what this woman right here said. We don't know what she said to her friend, right? Meaning that conversation. Did she say, girl, no, hold yourself accountable. You did what you did. Own that shit. It is what it is. That shit was in the past. It happened a long time ago. Don't go and fuck up that man's life. Did she tell him that? That's the question that we need to know. I didn't hear it. But first and foremost, let me address the men. Fam, I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's harder for men to get a woman, especially, you know, because a lot of men are invisible to women. Even if you are a mildly attractive guy, even if you are a decent looking guy, a lot of times you are invisible to women. You know, because they are holier than thou. A lot of men try to talk to them, you know, in their DMs, you know, trying to holler at them, cat calling, all this different shit. So they eyes like this, tunnel vision, straight in here, unless you just some extraordinary ass dude, you know, you just stand out amongst the rest. You are men of men. You are just him. You feel me? Like me. But no, I'm just kidding. But you're just one of them ones, right? And so because you're invisible to women, and this is what ladies don't understand. When a woman shows attraction towards you, a lot of men are going to jump on it. Not 100%, but I can guarantee you the majority of men would jump on it. If any woman shows any sort of interest towards him, he would jump on it 1,000%. And so with that, you have to be careful as men. You have to be careful. Like literally, you have to get you damn near to the point where you always have to record this chick. Like, hey, I need your consent to let me know, hey, it's cool. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna lay down. I need your consent. I need you to record your mouth saying, look, I consent to this shit. I consent because I don't want you coming back 2, 3, 4, 5 years later because now you feel some type of way or you done got some healing and now all of a sudden you want to come back and try to pin me for some bullshit that we both agreed to. Now you're gonna try to fuck up my life and everything that I got going on. No, we ain't doing that. So I just say, fellas, be careful out here. Don't be so aggressive. Don't be overly aggressive with these women. Play your shit cool. Nigga, if you got to get the little mini camera to make sure that you keep yourself safe, do what you got to do, bro. To make sure you don't get caught up in that situation, especially when you start to become bigger, when you start to get to a bigger bag, you start to make a little bit more money. You know what I'm saying? You got your nice car, you know what I'm saying? You dress nice, you smelling good, you feeling good, you getting in the gym, you doing all these different things, bro, and you looking better than most men. And a lot of women want that. You have to make sure you be on your P's and Q's, homie. You gotta be on your P's and Q's, big dog. And so that's one. That's one. 2, ladies, own your shit. If you would stop pocketing for that one day, you saw this dude that you were truly attracted to, you wanted him to buzz you down, you wanted him to bend your back. Hey, own it. It is what it is, bro. If you decided that day you wanted to be a hoe, it is what it is. That was you. You made that choice. You decided to make that choice because what y'all don't understand is that y'all fuck up people's lives, bro. Because now all of a sudden you got to change your heart because now you go down the road. Now you got this guy that you are interested in and you got this individual like, oh, well, I don't want him to make me seem like I'm a hoe. So I'm going to say that he took advantage of me. No, he didn't. You approached him. You liked him. He liked you. You guys did what you had to do. He busted down on you. You know what I'm saying? He slid you out a little bit. It is what it is. You enjoyed it. You were laughing. You was in there, calling him daddy and everything. Now all of a sudden you want to come back a year later because you got some healing done, or you got some trauma or some shit you felt triggered about. So now all of a sudden he SA'd you. No. Stand 10 toes on your shit and hold your responsibility like a woman. Put your big girl pants on and like, you know what? That was me. I had my situation. I did what I did. That's on me. That's on me. Honestly, the problem is there was a law passed in early 2000 that says You can't give consent if you are under the influence. So wine or hard liquor can get you in the mood to smash. But the law says, no, the regret comes in the next day. That's cool. That's, bruh, listen, that's cool. But that is perfectly fine. But that also says, but there's ways around that. You just don't drink around them. Just don't drink around them. If you are under the influence as a man, cool. You might be solid rock statue, ready to go. That's when you're gonna have to be in your right mind. You're gonna have to sober up quick and be like, you know what? Nah, I'm good. Because I don't want no situation. I don't want nothing falling back up on me. Because now you in this drunk state. You had some liquor, and all of a sudden you feeling some type of way. But now after you talking about, oh no, you took it back. No, I didn't. I sure did not. I didn't do none of the above. No, you ain't finna get me. Not today, Satan. I need you sober. I need to see if you still rocking with me that same day. I need to see if you still rocking with me after the liquor, after you sober up from that liquor. And then if we decide to do something, I still need your recording that's saying that you consent to it. That's what they're gonna have to do. That's what they're gonna have to do to mitigate any of that situation, because that's bullshit. And I think there needs to be a law passed to where, like, look, if you decided to do something, then bust it down. Because mind you, she approached him. Her story said that the girl approached him. He didn't approach her. And then she called her friend saying that they did X, Y, and Z. They had fun. She enjoyed it. But this is where I need the women. This is the time for women to then have the sister code by holding their friend accountable. Hey, you did what you did. Why are you going to try to fuck up that man's life? Nope. Sit on that shit. Stand 10 toes on that shit and let it be. He bust you down. You know, you were a thought for a day. Cool. Move on. You have any babies? Any diseases? No? All right, cool. You good then. Move on. You don't even got to mention it to the new guy. Just keep it pushing.
And she wasn't way tossed. Like, she was fine, right? I think about shit.
She wasn't, and like she said, she wasn't drunk. She wasn't drunk like that. She was straight.
Like that. And I'm like, God forbid my sons were to have an encounter with a girl. She fully is, fine with things. Mm-hmm. And then months later is like, the shame that I feel is uncomfortable, so I'm just gonna say that you took advantage of me. Hell no.
That ain't right. Yeah.
That's
taking
that shit is common. Yeah. That shit is very common.
That shit happened to me. And then fucking months later, the same thing tried to happen. I didn't say this, say that. I'm like you said, I was fucking butt skunk drunk. I don't know what the fuck you were on. You didn't seem that drunk. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, and those kinds of allegations, like,
it's hella serious.
And I'm sorry too, bro. There needs to be a lot. If both of them are drunk, then that case get thrown out. That case should get thrown out regardless. If she tried to bring in I was intoxicated. Well, he was too. Case thrown out. So now both of you are just having unconsensual sex. You doing it with him, he ain't consent to it, and he doing it with you, and ain't consent to it. So therefore, it cancels out. Keep it moving. Try again next time. For real.
Serious, bro. That shit fucks with someone's life, career, reputation, everything.
Oh yeah,
everything. And being someone who that happened to me when I was 13, like, that's not something you fucking play about.
Exactly.
That shit has real repercussions. There's real scars. There are real things that I've had to work through to overcome intimacy, to just overcome.
And that's my thing. And that's my biggest point. That is my biggest point. A lot of these women crying wolf, talking about, oh, he did this to me, this, that, and the third, when it really wasn't like that, because you feel shame or you felt embarrassed about what you did, not because, for whatever reason now, or you got post-nut clarity, whatever it may be. No, you got to stand on that. Because there are real victims out here, dog. There are real women out here who are getting essayed, like, legitly, though. Legitly. We're not talking about some dude say some shit. Hey man, I think you're attractive. Oh, he SA'd me. I don't. Nah, nope. We talking about real situations out here. Well, women are actually out here being great, and they're going through it. And they got to suffer through that shit. But because y'all want to be able to slut it out and then not be judged for it. Nah, it don't work like that. Stand on it. Like, yep, I sure did. I busted open for a real one. Keep it moving. Move on with your life. Don't nobody care for real. Keep it moving. Because there are real victims out there who are going through real struggles, who really trying to report this shit to the police, but police don't believe the shit because you got so many people calling this shit in and it really ain't nothing. And y'all fucking it up for the real victims. So nah, I agree with her. I agree with her on that. Nope. I hope she held her friend accountable though. I do hope she did that.
Anxiety and parenting, like all kinds of shit. Oh, yeah. It's not just like, I busted it open when I regret it now, to evade responsibility. I'm gonna whatever. Hell no.
And like you said, it's evading responsibility. The shame forces them to try to cope with it however they can.
Make themselves feel better in a way.
It's too common than not nowadays too, because you see all these fucking cases and they're getting braided out for all this shit. So like you said, the shame's too much. Fuck it, let me get a bag. Let me go say this.
You know what I'm saying? Look at the shit that happened with Shannon Sharp. Look at the shit that's happening to Tyler Perry. Look at the shit that was gonna happen with Joy Taylor and at the what was it at FS1. Look at that shit. What she said, and this shorty still got a podcast today, and she said it, and it's in the documentation that she said that she was gonna lie. She was gonna lie and say that she was SA, bro, for real, and she still got a job. When the shit came out about Shannon Sharp, immediately he was gone. He was gone. All sponsorships out the door. Immediately after the shit aired. That's crazy to me. That is crazy.
Say that. It's like,
yep.
Why? We talked about it in even a previous podcast. There was like NCAA athletes who've lost their professional career.
Well, same thing that happened to the Duke players when the girl lied on them, saying that she was great by them. Come to find out she lied. Fucked up their entire career. All over a lie because she felt embarrassed. Because she had the post-nuclear or whatever it was. Now all of a sudden, oh, well, I didn't do it. Nah, nope. You lying? Bet you need to serve the same time that they were gonna serve. If they were found guilty, you need to serve that same time.
Because of lies. And he came back, the case was over too late. At that point, he's 28, 29. They
don't want him no more. Whatever
they don't want him no more. And
he had to do time that he didn't even, for something he didn't do.
Or even the Weinstein shit, right? That was like have you guys gone down the rabbit hole with that?
Not deep, but
okay. So it on the outside looking in, right? If you look at just social media and the testimonies, whatever, it looks like, damn, this guy really took advantage of a lot of, actresses that were up and coming. But these actresses that testified, right, were asked to describe what his genitalia looked like. He had gotten gangrene on his balls years ago, so he doesn't have nuts. All of them, their testimonies were false because they described his genitalia as like, he has nuts and he has his penis and this, that.
See what I'm saying? Up here just lying on people to try to get a bag. Lying on people to try to get a bag. Same shit they try to do with Jay-Z. See what I'm saying? Nope. Don't believe it. And this is why I say you can't sit up and believe people just because they said, nope, I need the facts. I need the evidence. I need you to show me. I need you to prove to me that this actually happened, because I'm not going to believe you right out the gate. I'm not going to jump off the porch and just straight believe you. It ain't happening, big dog. We don't do that around here. Absolutely not. Because there's real victims out here. Nope. Listen, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit that notification bell. Listen, we are going to the next topic tonight, the final topic of tonight. And this topic is, I don't know if you guys ever heard of the Whatever podcast, but it goes crazy, and Andrew Wilson was on there, but this more conservative chick just kind of cooked this OnlyFans chick. So we're going to listen to it and we're going to rock out and I'll get my thoughts on it. All right. Bet, let's get to it.
I don't do. I have morals.
I feel like it really just depends on what your morals
depend
are.
on anything.
Well, everyone has different morals, so
I don't know if you're aware of that.
I can hear you.
I just think it's very wrong.
Correct morals, and some of us don't.
Yeah, well, it just depends. Like, some people just have different morals, and that's just how it is.
I think it's morally okay to pop your.
I do,
but that's your opinion and what you believe in.
And I don't live my life off of other people's opinions. So,
but
what are your guys' morals?
Everybody's.
I feel like my morals is if I'm a good person and I treat people with respect, and if I choose to do what I want to do with my body, then that's myself. But I'm not a bitch or anything like that. So that's at least my morals.
So basically, how you treat people. No one said that you were a bitch.
Yeah, you are being rude. I'm saying you are being a bitch.
Radiating.
But it's okay because not all of us can do it because not all of us look like that. So
okay, your pussy. What does the look of anyone have anything to do with selling your?
It's okay. That's definitely it.
The way you look.
For clarification purposes, like
that's
that's supposed to mean.
Doesn't every single woman walking the planet, well, depending on what we define as a woman, I don't want to get in trouble, have a.
Yes.
Does that make
Wow, great point. Astute point. Cambridge or Nottingham or whatever.
Yeah.
Love that. Well done.
You know, one thing I'll say is I admire the bravery. Like,
thank you.
Listen, bro. One thing about women, bro, when they try to hold their sisters accountable, they gonna try their best to be politically correct. Like, nah, bitch, say what you gotta say. Stand on it. Don't try to say it in a nice way, because I don't know the right word. No, just say what you gotta say, bro. Say it. You know what you want to say. You know what you want to say. Stop trying to sugarcoat shit. No, give them the hard truth, just as their dad would if they had one.
Because I personally could never do that. I would be I'd feel insecure.
Wait, bravery to do what?
Well, it's in a sense. In a way, you've got to be pretty fucking ballsy.
Extremely.
And sorry to swear again, Brian. And
no, you ain't brave. You're stupid. You're dumb. That's what you are. You're dumb. You're stupid. I'm calling it a spade. Ain't no fucking brave. Ain't no fucking brave.
Brave, like to be able to. I personally feel as a woman, it's not natural to. I feel like everybody use myself on camera to, potentially millions of men.
For clarification
purposes,
purposes,
feel very natural. So that's what I mean. It takes, I guess, some bravery to, or something.
Yeah, but hang on. By that metric, wouldn't it be brave to be a serial killer?
But we're not doing that, so that doesn't even make sense. It's a completely different topic.
There's question. Let me ask her the question.
There's not that much difference.
Hang on. Wouldn't it be the case by that metric that it would be brave to be a serial killer?
Yeah, actually, Andrew, you're completely right, and I think I didn't word it correctly.
Yeah, you did word it correctly because you're trying too hard to be politically correct. Just say the shit. Just say what you gotta say and keep it pushing.
What I mean is, it takes some kind of
stupidity.
There's something
stupidity. That's what it takes.
I mean, I basically what I'm trying to say.
Shamelessness.
Usually I articulate myself quite eloquently.
No, you
I
can't.
couldn't do it. That's what I'm trying to say.
And if you can't do it, then that's exactly something that I feel like other people shouldn't judge what other people do with their lives.
Yes, you could. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can judge. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I know a lot of people I use, well, God says not to judge. Yeah, but guess what God did? Right after he told people not to judge, he went right over there and told that woman not to sin again. You know that though, did you? You know that though, did you? After he said, let he who is without sin cast the first stone. Boom. Threw the stones down. God walked over there to her and said, listen, sin not again. So, I'm judging. Shame. Shame on you, shorty. Shame on you.
Because it's their life.
Don't get me wrong. I could do it, but I wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't feel natural to me.
And that's fine.
And
you have this moral compass. That's
but
why.
I also just don't want to be like, slammed for like being mean to girls who do OnlyFans, because at the end of the day, there's the millions and millions of men who are paying for this.
Yeah, exactly.
And
not everybody knows what people go through in their lives and the reasons why things happen. They just,
I just think that sex has been sold since the beginning of time.
I agree. It has been sold for years on and years on, but that still don't make it right. So we not finna play that game. Oh, just because it's been done, murder has been happening for years on, but does it still make it right? No. Prostitution has been happening for years on, but does it make it right? Slavery has been happening for years on, but does it make it right? No. Come on, bro. Let's not do this. Let's not do this, ladies. Let's not do this. Got these fucking blonde-headed bimbos on here. Whoo!
And everybody's gonna have sex anyway, so it's like if someone chooses to do it a certain way that they feel like they want to do it, they'll feel like it does respect people's morals.
Do you understand?
Like morals is a crazy thing.
This is why y'all fellas, bro, stop paying for these hoes. Stop paying for these goofy ass hoes. Stop spending your money on these bras. They ain't dating you. They don't care about you, bro. They taking your money and they calling you dumb. You won't ever be able to see them or meet them, bro. Fuck that. Keep your money. Go spend it on something else. Go invest your money in something else. Go buy you a vehicle. Take all that money. Go invest in the house. Go buy some new clothes. Go buy a gym membership. Go do something else with your money, bro, and get busy. Go create you a YouTube. Go create you a YouTube or something. Stay busy working and grinding, bro. Stop, man. Because that's the only way. When these hoes realize that the money's running thin and they ain't got no more money, and you ain't sending no money just to see they feet or you know what I'm saying, or they behind, or the clavicles. The next thing you know, they won't be talking that same talk. They won't be talking how they talk right now. Oh, well, we should be able to do what we want to do, and we should not be judged for it. Yes, you should be, because that ain't what you're supposed to be doing out here in these streets. Fuck is you talking about?
Morals, but do you understand the damage that you're doing to society? Because do you understand that now men are no longer hunters?
Well, they were already going to do that anyways, because like I said, it's already been there.
Men
no longer, they won't do it. No, they won't, because then guess what? Because now it's not so easily accessible. Now they're going to be forced to go outside and touch some grass and actually have to talk to these women like, look, bro, I can't get this shit on the internet, but I'm going to have to find a way to get it. So therefore, I need to go talk to these women. I need to figure out how to talk to women. So for those men who are spending goddamn hundreds and thousands of dollars on y'all goofy asses, what they gonna do? Not take this money and go spend it on somebody who can teach them how to talk to women and how to talk to people, how to become better conversationalists, and how to talk to women, not talk to women as if they're on this fucking high pedestal, and understand that you can have a conversation with them and get them to bust it open for real. Well, you feel me? Like, what you talking about? What are we talking about right now? But wouldn't the male equivalent of this be a male stripper? We saw the Diddy trial where Punisher was paid to come over. Diddy and Cassie are being shamed for it, but not Punisher. Are you disappointed in him? I'm disappointed in all of it. I am 1,000%. 1,000%. But here's the caveat, big dog. What do we see more of? Do we see more male strippers or do we see more women strippers? Who's being publicized more, women or men? If you were to put two and two side by side, if you told a man to start an OnlyFans, and then you told a woman to start an OnlyFans, who do you think is gonna make more money? Who do you think is gonna be more visible, the man or the woman? Come on, big dog. Come on. Who's gonna be more visible? Who's gonna have who's gonna have more followers or subscribers? Exactly. The women, right? But that doesn't mean you can't hold the men accountable who are doing this shit too. That it goes the same way for them. They should be shamed as well. Like that's facts. So no, the same shame that's given to the women, it should go for those men too. 1,000%.
Longer hunters, and they no longer like go and whatever, let's say go up and ask a girl for a drink in a bar, because they can just sit behind a screen and they can do whatever and look at girls like you, and it's kind of it's just ruining humanity, in my opinion.
People have always watched porn, and it's been around since forever. Even the pirate movies, like it's always been a thing. So, for example, OnlyFans just made it a platform so that girls cannot be scammed by people that are directing and doing things like porn and stuff like that. It was a platform for women to take their own and to be able to be like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
You still being pimped. What the fuck are you talking about? You still being pimped. Just because it's OnlyFans, you know niggas is making money off of you, shorty. It's just a different way of doing it. It's virtual now. You don't have to actually go out in the street and be out there in the streets all day. You still being pimped. There's men who own that platform. You could talk about, well, there's not many women that go on there and they're not naked, they're not showing anything, but you're creating the illusion. That's what you're doing. You're creating the illusion. You talk about being liberated. Being liberated is not going out there just showing your shit. You're doing exactly what they want you to do. Being liberated is covering yourself up. Because what you're doing right now, you're objectifying yourself. What you're doing right now, you are a public, you're literally a walking billboard for your corn site. That's what you are. You out here damn near in a bikini top. Got everything out, showing everything. Got your shit way the fuck up here. So niggas can see and be like, oh shit, what's her OnlyFans? What are you talking about? Look at shorty right here. Look at all white right here. Look how she dressed right now. Got the shit covered up right here. Boom, boom, boom. Just a little bit short here. Not much. Not a lot. Look at shorty right here. Got them clavicles showing a little bit. That's it. But look at you, look at red, and look at you. And then look at the other one over here sitting beside her. That's not liberation, bro.
To get what I want out of it, not be controlled and abused in situations like in the corn industry.
Sorry.
Stupid.
And no disrespect. I didn't know that corn or whatever we're gonna say it. I didn't know that had been around for what? Did you say thousands of years?
Yes, it's been around
with their cameras that long ago.
Whenever there was cameras, people were making movies like that since the beginning.
So do you not think that now it's becoming exponentially worse?
Yep.
So
I feel like at the end of the day, that's the whole point of like everyone in life that's what you do is you mate. So if people it's already a thing that happens. So for me to just want to be able to do or make something from that when it's already happened anyways, I'm already being sexualized wherever I go. I'm taking my stand for it.
That's not taking
you're sexualizing me.
That's not taking the stand, you goofy asshole. That's not taking the stand. You're falling into the trap. Oh, because I'm already going to be objectified. I might as well make money from it. That's just like saying, well, yeah, bro, I'm already snoring crack, so I might as well start selling it. And you still going to go to jail. What the fuck? What are we talking about right now, bro? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? You know how goofy you sound? No, that's not liberation. Liberation is taking your shit back. Like, no, I'm not going to show my shit off because that's what you want me to do. No, I'm going to cover myself up because I'm going to leave it to the illusion for the man that you are meant to be with. That's what it's for. That's why you cover that shit up. They don't need to see all of that. And that's not to say because you covered it up, that doesn't mean that some men still may not objectify you. Yeah, there's still going to be some men that objectify you, but the amount of men objectifying you when you're covered up versus the amount of men objectifying you when you're not covered up is going to be significantly different. You're just going to be just a woman. They ain't gonna look at you like well, she look, she will put together. Excuse me, she will put together. I need to, you know what I'm saying? I need to come correct with this one because look, she look like she about something. She's like she means something. But you, with your shit out like that, guess what? Niggas gonna look at you like a hoe already. They're gonna say, well, shit, I'm just trying to bust that down, man. I ain't taking that home to mama. What you talking about? I ain't trying to bust that down. Niggas just trying to bust it down. I ain't taking that home to mama. That's it. Ain't gonna look at you for nothing else but what you are.
get my money off of it, because
as?
no matter what, you're gonna do that to me, no matter what.
I understand you and I hear you, but every single woman around this table gets sexualized when they walk down the street by men, and I don't think every single woman around this table has decided to spread her legs on camera.
Can I ask you a question, and don't take this offensively?
I'm not.
When you go out and DJ, right, and you're out there and you're spinning on the table, what type of outfits do you wear? Can I ask?
I wear like a t-shirt, some denim shorts, a bandana, and headphones.
Is it kind of sexy and appealing? And do you think, do you have viewers?
I try to make my image look like quite like more interesting, but I don't dress like extremely provocatively.
But sexy, right? And that will bring people. If I'm doing,
there's a difference between dressing sexy because you have a talent and you are a DJ, and just only. So
what we're saying is
we're capitalizing. She's trying to draw. She's trying to draw
capitalizing on being sexualized. And OnlyFans, like she was saying, OnlyFans is around. It's going to be around, right? It's not going anywhere. And I'm not going to miss that bread.
Well, we don't know that for a fact. But can I ask you a question?
Well, these hoes are saliving over the money.
We'll see about that. We'll see about.
Well, either way, the corn industry in general, it's been around for as long as it's been around. So it's not just going to go away.
I'm going to keep interrupting. Can I ask you a question?
Well, you haven't given.
It goes away when y'all stop objectifying y'allself and thinking that you're being liberated, and thinking that you're taking your body back by doing this shit. That's how it goes away when everybody stops doing it. And these goofy ass dudes these incels of men, when they stop just going on the fucking websites and looking at your shit, and they start spending money on y'all ass, I guarantee you won't be talking that same talk. I guarantee it. I bet my bottom dollar on it.
Anyone else's time to talk. I'm not interrupting you. I was in the middle of saying something too. Your statements are very long, so people don't get a chance to actually say something.
I did want to say something. I'm sorry. I wanted to ask you, just for clarification purposes, where do your morals come from? Are you Christian? Are you?
Here we go.
Morals in the sense of everyone talks about, empowerment of women, and like, is that the real definition of it? That's the notion of it. I don't think it's morally okay.
No, I'm not asking like your morals. I'm asking where they come from.
Those are my opinions. No, it doesn't have to be a specific religion. It's my personal preferences. Those are my opinions.
No, that's fine.
Well, the morals are always rooted from somewhere. They're always rooted from somewhere, where they can be Christianity. Your parents may have learned it through somebody and they taught it to you. It's always learned from somewhere. But objectively speaking, that shit's morally wrong.
Do you know where they were sourced from?
Based off of comments that came from here, it's bitchy. If you guys don't care about other people's opinions, isn't it kind of hypocritical and rude for you to say my opinions are bitchy?
It was the way you.
That's hold
said it. You're like, I have morals.
Doesn't matter.
Like,
doesn't matter.
No one's sitting here coming at you for what you're doing.
Those are your opinions.
Okay, cool, and that's your opinion, and that's your own opinion.
Are my opinions. You don't have any right to sit there and classify them as
she's well-educated person. So my question,
I'm not sitting here.
But see, this is how you know. This is how you know. When deep down, instinctively, that what you're doing is wrong. Because if you come to me, I'll give you an example. Let's use this YouTube for an example, right? And let's just say somebody come up to me and say, hey, bro, you a YouTuber, bro. You a YouTuber. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm a YouTuber. I'm a content creator. I make money from it. Yeah. Right. What's your point? And then let's flip that over. They say, hey, bro, you a YouTuber. So what's wrong with being a YouTuber, bro? Ain't nothing wrong with being a fucking YouTuber, bro. Like this is what I do. There's a lot of people that's a YouTuber. That's everybody's a YouTuber. See, bro, you're fucking hating, bro. You're a bitch for that, dog. You a hoe for that, bro. Why you saying I'm a content creator? What I'm doing, I'm taking my life back as a man, bro. I'm doing what I want to do, bro. See the difference? I got triggered. So that would probably mean somewhere deep down inside, I feel as if I shouldn't be doing YouTube if I were to react in such a way. But because the first version, where I'm just cool, like, yeah, I'm a content creator, bro. Absolutely. What you mean? That means I'm proud of what I do. I love what I do. I enjoy what the fuck I do. Amongst other things. But I enjoy this. I enjoy showing up and talking. I don't feel any sense of moral I don't feel deep down inside that this is morally wrong. No. Because it's not wrong. This is something where you have to put in work. You have to put in the effort. You got to show up. You got to be consistent. And then eventually more people are going to be attracted to you. You're going to attract more people. And guess what? The bigger you get, the more money you start to make. Who don't want to do that? But when it comes to this OnlyFans shit, when people say, look, I don't agree with this OnlyFans shit, I think it's morally wrong. You shouldn't be out here just showing your shit out like that. You should keep that for your dude. Regardless if you are making money from it. I think it's morally wrong. And I think you a hoe. But why do you got it? But why is that? We make money from it. You're triggered because you're morally wrong. Regardless of how I said it, it's true. Deep down inside, it's true. Because if you really loved and enjoyed what you do, I guarantee you, if I were to tell you right now, look, I got 50 mil right now. I got 50 mil. I got 50 mil. Would you stop doing this? To stop doing this right now, not make another fucking dime from it. Would you do it? I guarantee you, they're gonna drop all of that shit. And look, and they're gonna say, look, you can't dress how you want to dress. You gotta dress conservatively. You gotta cover that shit up. Take the 50 mil. I guarantee you they're gonna take it. Without making another piece of content on OnlyFans. I guarantee they take it.
And bashing you. I'm just saying morally, that's not what I think is
okay. Well, you didn't state it like that. You said I have morals. You didn't say my morals.
I have morals to which I would not do that. I wasn't talking about you. I wasn't talking about her. I wasn't talking about your mother or her. Those are my morals, my opinions. I did not bash any one of you.
Okay.
But instead, you sat there and said, "Oh, what a bitchy remark to make." Like that's very, very rude.
I'm not upset at all by what you said. Like I'm genuinely not upset. I'm just trying to get to the core of it. Like everybody has somewhere where their morals were sourced from, right? Whether it be a religion, whether it be from their parents, and their parents had a specific reason for it.
Does it matter?
Do you like have a source in your head, or you're just like, this is stuff I've picked up over life?
It's just, I think like sex intimacy is, a very vulnerable aspect to any type of individual, whether like whatever background you come from, whatever religion you come from. So those are my morals based off of how I perceive it. No judge, no shame to others. Those are just my opinions. Since this is a podcast about talking and discussing differences, I just feel like it was a difference. I just didn't know I would have gotten a remark as, "Oh, that's a very."
Well, it was the way that you said it. You said, "I have morals, not these are my morals." It was the statement, though. It wasn't. Okay, but do you not hear me talking?
Yeah, you can speak.
What I'm saying is you said, I have morals. You weren't like, these are my morals, so that's why I don't. You said, I have morals, stating that anyone else's morals are okay. That's what I got from it.
I never said other
those statement, the way you stated it, there's different states of things. So if you state it differently, then it will mean something else. But the way that you stated it sounded like you were saying it specifically. Like,
why are you getting so triggered by what she said? It's
I'm not getting triggered.
If you are going to perceive it that way, that's a personal problem.
One at a time. Let's start with chair 7. And then you guys, you can kind of hash this out.
That's based off of your perception. If you are going to understand my statement that's a personal problem. I did not say other people. I did not say this person, that person. I said my morals, X, Y, and Z. So I don't understand why you're perceiving this assumption that I said this, and this to the point where you get offended and say that my opinion is bitchy. That's kind of very rude.
You didn't say my morals. You said I have morals. There was two different statements. I'm literally talking and you're talking over me. So I give you the time to speak and you can't give me the time to speak?
Yeah, let her respond. That's fair.
You're sitting here saying, you're like, I don't do OnlyFans because I have morals. You're stating that everyone else's morals don't matter. You're not saying that's my morals, so I don't do it. I wouldn't have said anything if you were like, well, those are my morals.
Because you don't have morals. That's the point that she's making. So you got triggered because you don't. she judged you and you felt some type of way about it. Just stand on it, bro. Just say, well, shit, yeah, you're right. I ain't got no more because I'm doing OnlyFans and I should. And what it should say is that I'm doing this, and I know deep down inside I shouldn't be doing this, but I decided to go against that, and so I'm doing this. So I stand up in it. It is what it is. Why you being extra, shorty?
Morals. I've been like, okay, that's understandable, but you're like, I have morals, so that's an attack.
It's not an attack to anyone. Those are my morals.
I'm just saying it's the way that you stated it. So maybe just like if you stated it differently, it would have came across differently.
In any way, I have morals that are
I'm
to
done talking
me.
about this.
Those are my morals, and I
because literally every time I'm talking, you interrupt me, and then you get mad about me interrupting you.
Assumption.
Man, stand 10 toes on what you said, shorty. It is what it is. She gonna feel how she feel because deep down inside she know what she doing is wrong, and she felt some type of way and she got triggered on it. Nah, let her sit in that. Let her sit in that. Let her soak in it. Let her know what the fuck she's doing is morally fucking wrong. Stand in it. Don't even try to explain yourself. Just say, look, I said what I said. I said what I said. Feel how you want to feel about it. I really don't care. Well, I feel judged. Oh well, it is what it is. I said what I said. Because if it didn't trigger you, you wouldn't have said shit. You'd be like, oh, that's what's up. And you would have kept it pushing. But you felt some type of way. You felt triggered. You feel this. Oh, well, you said that I don't have any morals? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's just like if I'm sitting next to someone who's a murderer. And I say, yeah, I can never murder somebody because I got morals. And the murderer, somebody who murdered someone, blatantly murdered someone. We're not talking about somebody who was self-defense. We're not talking about that. We're talking about somebody who went out and said, you know what? I feel like knocking the motherfucker off today. I feel like Ted Bundy in the motherfucker today. And they did that. I'm like, nah, big dog. Nah, I'm not. I ain't built like that. So no, I ain't no murderer. I got morals. Well, I feel judged. Well, you should. I ain't the murderer. You are. Like, you feel me? So what are you getting upset for? You the one that decided to do that. You the one that said that you feel liberated. So therefore you don't feel liberated. You don't feel liberated? Thought you were liberated. I thought you was taking your power back, huh? Don't sound like much power to me. Yep. I said what I said. I said what I said. Listen, bro, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. Make sure you hit that bell notification. Listen, y'all, I appreciate y'all. Y'all were dope tonight. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for interacting. I appreciate that. We're going to continue to keep getting better and better and better and better and better. Listen, we are on the road to 1K subscribers. We are almost there, man. We're less than 150 subscribers away. I need y'all to share this shit. I need y'all to put this shit out there. I need y'all to rock out with your boy. We trying to get this thing monetized. We trying to grow. We're trying to build the earn, not giving community. Make sure you tap into the Discord. The link is, I think the link is actually in the comments as well. I think it's pinned in the comments. Let me check. The link is pinned in the comments. So make sure you tap into the Discord. And if you want to support the channel, the link is in the Discord. The link is in the comments as well. All of it is pinned. But I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Make sure y'all are here for Barter and Banter Tuesdays. I got the full panel, man. We be rocking out. We be talking on talk. We be talking a lot of shit. It's funny as hell. Y'all should be there. So make sure y'all are there. And until next time, man, I'll see y'all good people, man.